Hello, everybody. I hope and pray that your week is off to an amazing start. Hello, everybody. I pray that your week is off to an amazing start. I know for me, my week is off to an amazing start. I took off yesterday, which was Juneteenth, and enjoyed myself. And, we did it big for Gail and his Father's Day. And I pray for all the fathers that watch me that you enjoyed your Father's Day. I pray that your spouse or your significant other or your children um, did you well for Father's Day. Again, you guys, thank you so much for hopping on. I appreciate you. It is Tuesday, and you guys know what goes down here on Tuesday. Wife chat goes down here on Tuesday. So do me a huge favor. Make sure you're putting in the chat where you're joining me from. I would absolutely love to give you a shout out. And again, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. My prayer is that you had an amazing Father Day for you that are fathers, and I hope that you enjoyed your weekend. Hi, Scott. How are you from Albany, Georgia? I appreciate you for hopping on. I appreciate you. Again, you guys, there's a lot of you guys on here. Please put in the chat where you're joining me from. I would absolutely love to give you a shout out. And like I said, we did a great. I love you back. We did really good by Mr. Crowder this past weekend. He enjoyed his Father's Day, and he, now my sons are much older now, so they can contribute to his gift giving, and so they had a really good. Garth, how are you from Atlanta, Georgia? I got some people from Georgia. Hi, Gorge, I want to say from Jamaica. I appreciate you for getting on here from Jamaica. Hello, Elmar Butler from Philadelphia. Hi, you guys. Thank you so much for hopping on. My YouTube channel is coming through strong. I appreciate you. Hi, Lynette. I appreciate hello from Hollywood, Florida. Wow, from Hollywood. How you doing down there? I appreciate you guys. Again, you guys, thank you so much for hopping on. And again, for all the fathers that are on here, happy Father's Day from me. And again, like I said, Mr. Crowder had a great Father's Day, and I pray the same for you guys. And so tonight's chat is a chat that comes from a young man. He is from upstate New York. And his question is, why am I struggling to give oral sex to my wife? He gives me very little information, but he said that he has been married 6 years. They have one son, and that his wife pleasures him all the time orally, but he has a hard time giving her oral sex. Now, let me just give you guys some precursors to me answering this question. Again, I don't have a lot of information from this young man. But again, I am going to answer the question. And again, I thank you guys so much for trusting me with your questions. I appreciate them. So make sure that you keep them coming. Like I told you guys last week, I have been doing Wife Chat for 7 years, and I literally just started Wife Chat because I was laying in my bed from my very first surgery from my car accident. And needless to say, I'm on my fourth surgery from my car accident because this hip just will not get in line, but that's something totally different. And on next Wednesday, say next Wednesday, the 28th, you guys be in prayer for me because I got to go in for another procedure on my same hip because it just will not act right. It keeps having tears because the injury was where my hip came out of the socket and it tore all the ligaments and everything around there. And I'm just so grateful that I can still walk. I can still wear my heels when I want to wear my heels. So I am grateful to be walking. So I'm not complaining, but I'll be on here next Tuesday. So anyway, but let me just give you guys some precursors about this. Studies have proven, right? And you guys know I've been a sexologist for the last 12 years. I can't believe it's been that long, but studies have proven that women are 70% more open to giving oral sex than men. Okay, 70% are women are more open to give oral sex than men are, right? Only 30% of men willingly say that they give oral sex. And in my industry, we think a lot of it comes from women wanting to, for one, please their man, for two, it's a lot of things that go on as we're growing up as young women, saying that we have to be the best in the bed and all these different kind of things that are put in our heads, right? When it comes to men, you guys want to make sure that we orgasm, that you guys orgasm, and that you please us with penetration sex. So oral sex is not a huge thing for men, and I'm not saying that men don't do oral sex. That's not what I'm saying, but just statistically says that women do it more often than men do. Okay, so with that being said, I reached out to this young man in New York, and I tried to ask him questions. He did not get back with me in time for me to be able to have a better conversation about why he might be struggling to have oral sex. So I'm just going to go with a couple of things that in my practice that I have dealt with men who are will admit that they're having problems giving oral sex to their wives. The first thing is that you might feel insecure about how to do it properly and if she's going to receive you in that way, right? Because a lot of times, again, women tend to give more oral sex than men do in the first place. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is he might have a hang up in his head that is he doing this correctly, right? Especially if he's not had a lot of experience with giving oral sex to a woman, right? Not necessarily his wife, just in general. So he might be insecure that he is not being able to please her in that way, right? The second thing is that he might just have a mental block, like I just can't see myself going down there. So I'm having a hard time with that. And again, I'm going with things that I have dealt with in my practice. So I can't say, well, yes, I had a conversation with him and this is what he's saying. But these are some of the common things that men have said to me in the past. For one, I just feel insecure. I don't think that, I know what I'm doing when it comes to that area. I know how to give her sex. I know how to make her, orgasm. I know how to do all of those things. I know, but just giving the oral sex, I'm not really sure if I'm hurting her and all this different kind of things. I've had that. Then I also had the man is like, I just can't see myself going down that far. And so it's just a mental block. And you can get past those mental blocks if that is one of the things that this particular guy is suffering from. And the other thing is it that you have went down there and you didn't feel that your wife was well groomed and that you just couldn't stand the smell, or did she have too much hair? It could be a number of those things as well. Let me just tell you that the vagina has a natural smell. It should not be a fishy smell. It shouldn't be a pungent smell. It shouldn't be something that make you just want to pass out, but it does have a natural smell. And the thing is, if that is one of the situations that you're facing with your wife, my thing is if she's not grooming herself, if she's not fresh enough for you, but you want to engage in oral sex with her, why not start off with an amazing shower? You guys get in the shower and start foreplay that way and let it lead to oral sex. For one, you will know that she did take a shower. For two, you can help her wash it and make sure that it smells the way that you want it to smell. And for three, you won't embarrass her or yourself by not wanting to go down there because it's been cleaned the way that you want it clean. Okay. So I'm just giving you guys some things to think about. And then the other thing might be and he didn't say this again, I didn't get a chance to ask those questions. I didn't get a chance to see if his wife engages in oral sex on him or not. It could be religious beliefs. Sometimes religious beliefs keep men and women from performing oral sex on their spouses. So it could be a number of things, but again, I just want to give you guys some things to think about. How can you get past this? How can you fix this thing? Again, it starts within the mind, right? You have to want to perform a certain act when it comes to sex. You have to get past that in your mind. You have to visually be able to say, I'm okay performing this act, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is that you need to have a conversation with your wife if she is the one asking, why am I performing oral sex on you, but you're not performing oral sex on me, right? You need to have a candid conversation and be open and honest with her. It's the smell, or I have this block, or I'm not feeling comfortable in my spirit with our religious backgrounds. Whatever that looks like for you, have a conversation with your spouse, because remember, that is your wife, and you should be able to have candid conversations, not conversations to make her feel bad, but conversations to be vulnerable and to be open about what you really have going on when it comes to that. Okay. And number 3 is be if you are you've had the kind of conversation, you have tried the shower thing, you're still not sure about how to do it properly. That's when people like myself come into play, right? Because I went to school for this, and it's nothing wrong with going and seeking help if you really want to sexually please your spouse, and that's for women and for men. At my conference in January that I do, my big conference in January that I do called Bringing Sexy Back to the Marriage, I do a hands-on class called The Show, which is a hands-on fellatio class, and I teach women how to give correct oral sex to their spouses to please them, because a lot of times in our minds we think it's nasty, we think good girls don't do that, all of these things that go on, we gag, we do all of these different kind of things, and I help you get past those things, because again, this is your marriage and this is your marital bed, and you should be able to do whatever feels good that you both agree on, right? Now, if your spouse, and I'm speaking to this young man, if your spouse is trying to make you do something that you just don't want to do, you need to have a conversation and you need to tell her, I don't feel comfortable doing this, and here's the reason why. And vice versa. If you're a woman and your spouse is trying to get you to do something sexually and you do not feel comfortable about it, have a conversation and give them the reason why. Not just, I don't want to do it. Give them the reason why you don't want to do it, and how that situation makes you feel. Okay, because it's very, very important when it comes to sex within the confines of marriage that you are able to say the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? Because again, you should be the sole source to your spouse's pleasure. I'm going to say that again. You should be the sole source to your spouse's pleasure. They shouldn't have to go outside of your marriage to find the pleasure that you should be able to give them. And that works for men and for women. Now, if there is some health challenges going on or something like that, you need to have those conversations and not hide what is going on with your body and why you can't perform sexually or why you choose not to perform sexually. Your spouse should be in your corner and you guys should be able to work it out. Okay. And so I just want to make sure that you understand that. At first, I was scared to go down there. Okay, Scott. Well, I'm glad you're not afraid to. And again, I'm open to having these candid conversations. Unfortunately, my prayer is that I at least open you guys' eyes. I wasn't able to answer his question directly because I did not get enough information. I did try to get a hold of him, and my prayer is that he will respond. And if he does respond, of course, I'm going to give him more information to help him in that area. And if he's okay with it, I will come and do a round 2 and give you guys more details on how, if you're struggling in this area. But my thing is, make sure that you understand why you're struggling, right? be able to communicate those things and make sure that you are comfortable doing it, and it's not something that is a chore, because you was designed to give and to receive pleasure. Okay, and that is the will of God, that you give and receive pleasure. Okay, you are welcome. A lot advice Life TV. I like that name, Advice Life TV. Thank you for keeping it real. I appreciate you. And so again, you guys, keep your questions coming. Again, for all you fathers, happy Father's Day. I hope and pray that you had an amazing Father's Day. Again, you guys, if you need me, you know how to contact me. If you want, you need to talk to me about anything, you could definitely inbox me. You could go to my website. If you want to do a free 15-minute discovery call with me, I am not trying to sell you anything. I am trying to help you with one problem. You're not going to get on there and think you're getting a free coaching, counseling session from me. It's one problem, and I will give you a tool and a strategy to help you get past that. And again, you guys, thank you so much for growing my YouTube channel. Thank you guys for following me on my Facebook. As you guys know, probably about 3 months ago, my Facebook page was hacked. I had probably about 10,000 followers on there, so it was hacked. So I had to start a new page. So I'm rebuilding over there. So I would love for you guys to go follow me on my new business page on my Facebook. It is the one with me with a black shirt, and it has some lingerie and some stilettos on it. That's my new page. The other one with the maroon shirt has been hacked. It's just been crazy. Trying to deal with Facebook has been nuts, and my team has done everything, so then they had to verify it was really me. It's just been crazy over there on my Facebook page, but I was going to just shut it down and I have a Facebook page, but everybody was like, Gail, don't do that. So anyway, you guys, all the women who follow me on here, I will be opening registration to my Bringing Sexy Back to the Marriage in July the 1st. So I would love to have you guys join me in January. It is off the chain. It's the only conference that you can do boudoir photography. You can learn sexy chair dance. You can learn how to do fellatio correctly. We have a great time at my conference, so you guys look out for that. Again, you guys, if there's no more questions, for helping us marry soon to be married people. Okay, so congratulations for being engaged. Welcome to you. I can't wait for you to get into the marriage club. Gil and I, July the 20th, we will be married 36 years and counting. You know, I've been married most of my life. I know I still look 20 and I'm just messing with you guys. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. If you need me, you guys know how to contact me. There's no question off limits. Just give me enough details so I can answer your question. If you want a free 15-minute consultation, go to my website, gailcrowder.com. Scroll down, click it, and you can choose the time that would work best for you. Any tips for confidence and self-esteem in marriage? Listen, the thing is that most women, and I'm telling you, most women, and I get the opportunity, and I've been blessed to coach and counsel women from all over the world. And some of these women, like I don't even rock like that, but they absolutely gorgeous. But your husband or your future husband doesn't have a radar to all of your flaws. You know your flaws, and the thing is that you have to be confident in your own skin, right? Because social media will tell you what you should look like, how you should dress, how you should wear your hair, whatever. He fell in love with you just as you are, so be the best version of who you are, because just know you're the only person on this planet that walks like you, talks like you, could ever be you. So embrace that. Okay. And that's the best I can tell you right now. But again, you guys, love you guys to pieces. And again, if you need me, you guys know how to find me. Y'all do. And thank you so much for rocking with me on all my social media. You guys have no idea how blessed I am. And I thank you guys.